Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the number one source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter. Hello, fine folks. This is Freedom Fighter. Today's Tuesday, September the 17th, 2024. I'm your host of Goldilocks Global Banking News, your number one source to obtain the facts daily on the RVGCR, whereby hundreds of countries and thousands of people from around the world are subscribed to this channel to receive the facts on the RVGCR by Goldilocks. This morning, I had my morning discussions with Goldilocks. I must tell you, there's some very, very powerful information that you must be aware of. One in particular is what Iraq and Russia, and remember, Russia is huge, BRICS, and actually one of the leaders in the world for the RVGCR. There's a strategic relationship between Russia and Iraq, and as well, Iraq and Russia are both doing some of the same things, just like the U.S. and Iraq are doing some of the same things. What are they preparing for? We're going to touch on that briefly, and then also before then, we're going to talk about the banking system and rates, interest rates. Goldilocks just shared a few days ago, and we all mostly are aware that the U.S., the Feds, are looking to cut interest rates here in the U.S., which will have a profound effect on not only our economy, but the global economy, and particularly here in the U.S. The devaluation of the dollar is expected to go down as interest rates go down. But then gold, as we know, has reached an all-time high recently, continues to go up. That is our security blanket in the banking system, and gold, ladies and gentlemen, will be what backs our currencies in the banking system to maintain and sustain the values on our newfound wealth. Let's jump right into it. First, we're going to talk about what many do not realize and know is that July the 1st, 2023, was technically the beginning of the RVGCR. Some of you might be thinking to yourself, wow, you didn't see no race change. Nope, sure didn't. But there were systems that were implemented regarding rates that on July the 1st went live. There are a lot of things that have been happening behind the scenes that aren't talked about on many channels because there are many that are not familiar with what's going on behind the scenes regarding the quantum financial system and the rates, the process. The London Interbank Offered Rate, which the acronym is LIBOR, L-I-B-O-R, it ceased for most currencies and settings at the end of 2021. But the US dollar LIBOR bank panel ended on June the 30th, 2023. And overnight and 12-month US dollar LIBOR settings have permanently ceased. So that was the end. That was June the 30th, 2023. July the 1st, 2023 was the beginning of the new rate system. Now, that new rate system went into effect July the 1st, 2023, and guess when it ends for the beginning of a new rate system? It ends this month, September 2024. A synthetic contract is a financial instrument that mimics the features of any contract by using other financial instruments. at the end of this month, September, everything about the old rate system will be completely over. The new rate system goes into effect October 1st. Just like Goldilocks shared several weeks ago, on October the 1st, ladies and gentlemen, is the beginning stages of the gold standard, particularly for large banks. Why? Because that's when it goes into effect. The law that for large banks, new capital requirements are implemented which require large amounts of gold. What will back our currencies? The dinar, the dong, the USD, every currency. What will back them? Gold. What has reached its all-time high recently, the last couple of days? Gold. What did Goldilocks share that countries and others and certain states have implemented to whereby there will be something called sound money? Gold. The SOFR, the old system, SOFR uses U.S. Treasuries. That's the standard overnight financing rate. It uses Treasuries, securities, as collateral for overnight loans to banks. The U.S. Treasury, folks, holds gold in various locations, including Fort Knox, Kentucky, West Point, New York, and Denver, Colorado. There is a major shift happening, and this is all documented. There's a major shift happening that most aren't aware of in the banking system because it's not front page news, it's not on these various channels because many are not aware of it. But you are blessed to have Goldilocks connected with many of the countries involved with the RVGCR and the banking institutions that are responsible for it. Goldilocks shares, even though several different assets back the repo operations for the banking system and markets going forward, gold is now secured on the list globally after September 30th, 2024. Pay attention. There's much happening this month, much ending this month, and much beginning October. This is why several weeks ago Goldilocks shared and we put it out. Anything can happen after October. Now, the World Trade Organization and Russia are at a bit of a crossroads. Goldilocks is sharing, harnessing opportunities and avoiding pitfalls created by recent trends and certain trade calls for enhanced international cooperation. This cooperation can take different shapes and forms, from more transparency through market openings to standardization and development of new rules. The United States Trade Representatives will hold a public hearing on October the 10th to hear oral testimony on Russia's implementation of its World Trade Organization commitments. There is a concern that the World Trade Organization has that Russia possibly may consider leaving the World Trade Organization. You may ask, well, what impact will this have on the global markets? Russia is one of the largest trade partners in the World Trade Organization and around the world. The World Trade Organization does not want to lose Russia's partnership in the World Trade Organization. Russia does trade with most countries around the world, which involve most currencies that we hold. But Russia, of course, is BRICS. What if they are partnering with other BRICS countries and not wanting to continue to do trade with the World Trade Organization? To participate, Goldilocks shares, people can submit requests to present oral testimony by September the 19th, which will go into the regulations here in the U.S. These comments will be virtual, but this is very, very huge if Russia considers leaving the World Trade Organization. The U.S. trade relations is concerned about Russia's implementation of its World Trade Organization commitments. The U.S. and the EU are both working globally to standardize their data forms through trade. Vladimir Putin is the current president of the BRICS nations. It is important for this meeting to find ways to incorporate a global standardization in trade. And this will be documented into the Federal Register depending on how Russia and the World Trade Organization resolves these issues. Goldilocks is sharing we're moving through international trade regulations and beginning the process of regulating international payment systems. Payment systems, remember, is what connects our countries and our currencies that we hold into the quantum financial system that allows our exchanges to occur. Remember, Iraq is connected to the payment system called UPI, Universal Payment Interface, which was created by India, of course, which is BRICS. Vietnam, Venezuela, and 8 other countries are also a part and went live with the payment system called Universal Payment Interface. Yes, you are about to start hearing a lot about currencies and how they will be processed going forward, Goldilocks shares. Why? Because of these payment systems, folks, that are beginning to interconnect into the quantum financial system. Both Iraq and Russia are working to improve their payment systems. Folks, this is how they connect into the quantum financial system, which makes way. It is the payment systems. Here in the U.S., we have FedNow. In the Middle East, for example, particularly in Iraq, they have the UPI. Those systems, the UPI and FedNow, are the same systems, same payment systems. We have ours, they have theirs, but those payment systems talk to each other. That's what will allow our exchanges to happen in the quantum financial system instantly. Those payment systems. With Iraq implementing a new regulation on electronic payment services and Russia developing a new digital payment platform, this is where we're going to see many connections of countries that hold the currencies we have around the world. In April of this year, the Iraqi cabinet issued a new regulation on electronic payment services, which aims to increase security, transparency. Transparency is our quantum financial system. It improves transparency and efficiency in the financial sector. This regulation that Iraq implemented requires entities that are offering electronic payment services to obtain a license from the Central Bank of Iraq. The new regulation also defines electronic payment services as activities related to the execution and management of financial transactions through electronic means. Folks, financial transactions, think of exchanges or financial transactions. Deposits, withdrawals, wire transfers are financial transactions. Iraq implemented regulations to secure this mechanism, just like the U.S. here in the United States has as well, documented into the Federal Register, for which Goldilocks has been sharing with us. Russia's payment system is still primarily based on cash, but the country of Russia is working on several initiatives to improve it. For example, BRICS Bridge. Russia is developing a digital payment platform called BRICS Bridge. This payment system bridges Russia and the rest of the BRICS nations and their payment systems together, and which is intended to reduce the country's reliance on the dollar and the euro. This platform by Russia will be compatible with digital currencies in the blockchain developed by central banks. What is the blockchain? Folks, the quantum financial system is a blockchain. I hope you're connecting these dots. The Central Bank of Russia is planning a large value transfer system to ensure what's called same-day settlement for large value payments. What are large value payments? They're in the billions, trillions, and quadrillions. The system will be based on 2 projects currently being tested by the central bank. Goldilocks ends by saying, could we see a currency shift before the end of the year in Iraq? Inside Iraq? They have told us no, but we have heard this once before in Kuwait. Time will tell. Folks, pay attention. This month, with interest rates in the U.S. being cut, gold continuously rising, the end of this month, the end of a new rate of old rate system, beginning of next month, October, the beginning of the new bank rate system, also the beginning of next month, October. For banks, it is the gold standard, which is the beginning of the gold standard for large banks because of their holdings in gold. Gold will set us free. And when we are free indeed. We love you. We appreciate you. Be kind, be well, be on your purpose. We love you with unconditional love. Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.